So welcoming you to our cardio flow class. This is a medium-paced class to get the heart rate up through simple repetitive movements. We hope to get the blood flowing. We strengthen the core and the legs. We're hoping to work the upper body a little bit and pump the lymph fluid for immune system support. And as you hear me say over and over and over and over and over again, physical activity is the #1 intervention for cancer-related fatigue. So it seems counterintuitive. I'm tired. I don't feel like moving. But guess what? On the other side of this class, if you came in feeling tired, we're going to get the opportunity to check in with energy levels, and you can tell me what effect, if any, this class has had on your energy level. So let's go ahead and get started with some breath warm-up, some breathing warm-up. I'm going to come to sit. If you really need to release some energy, you can always stand. That's up to you. We're going to start in a seated posture today and then have the option to stand, and then we'll warm down in a seated posture. And whatever works for you, you do what you can do. And if you are caring for low energy levels today and you want to take a break, please take a break. Don't push through it if you feel like you're going to deplete yourself. Okay, so my hands are in my lap. I'm sitting up nice and tall away from my chair, or I'm standing with my feet on the earth, whatever feels good to you. And I'm going to take some breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Little pursed lips. It's a little stress valve release. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. You might even close your eyes for a moment. In through the nose, out through the mouth. A couple more breaths this time. It's in and out through the nose. If it feels really good to breathe out of the mouth, you can keep doing it that way. So we're warming up from the inside with the breath. And then I am going to take a moment, a little mindful moment at the beginning of this class to check in with my own energy level. To notice what my vitality feels like in my body, in my mind, in my spirit. And that is sometimes not an easy thing to do, to put a value on energy. So that's why we practice it. We just practice noticing energy. And if you would like to, you can ascribe a numerical value to your energy level. 1 is low energy. 10 is high energy. Think Tigger or Eeyore, right? 1 is the low energy. And if you want to, you can raise that number for me to see, or for, anybody to see in the gallery, to show what is your energy level today. And that's an optional thing to do, right? And if you would like to type into the chat a number that represents your energy level, that would also be fine. Just noticing. Okay, so we're going to take note internally of what that number was, and we're going to see what this class does. Maybe it depletes me, right? Maybe it revs me up. So I'm going to start. I'm going to come to a little bit farther away. Coming to a little bit farther away so you can see the whole body here. I'm going to start with my arms down at my sides. And I'm just going to lift my arms up a little bit and then relax them back down. So we're going to do a warm-up first. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms fall. Let's get the breath moving too. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms fall. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms down. Maybe I go a little bit higher. right? And I'm not going to push through discomfort or pain. Inhaling, arms rising is a little bit farther. Exhaling, releasing down. So we're doing this at whatever pace feels good, and we're going to whatever range of motion feels good, because I don't know what your body is like today. You might be experiencing pain or discomfort in the shoulders. So you're going to make your own choices here. I'm going up a little bit farther, arms rising, out and up. Exhaling, arms down, right? However feels good, that's great and beautiful. Getting my blood flowing, getting my lymph fluid moving. Feet are on the earth. Seat is in the chair, or I'm standing if I need to release a little bit of extra energy. So I'm starting to feel this. Let's do 3 more. Right? Maybe you want to stop already. That's fine. Beautiful. Last one. And I'm going to do a little stretch here. So I'm going to bring my right arm out in front of me, scoop underneath with the left arm, and draw that arm across the body. So I'm keeping my right shoulder nice and low. And my head is straight forward, tucking my chin so that I'm taking care of my neck. And then I'll release this and try the other side. Left arm lift, scoop underneath, draw the arm across the body to whatever degree feels good, like you're getting a stretch. Shoulder nice and low. Big breath. And release. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to let my arms dangle for a moment. And I'm going to lift my shoulders up, back, and down. Rinse the shoulders. Take off all of that burden you carry around for the rest of our session. All right, and I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides in a cactus shape. And we were doing this in another class recently to help with actually neck and shoulder tension. So I'm going to bring my elbows back and lift my heart, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and then come back to neutral. So I'm lifting my heart, squeezing the shoulder blades, coming back to neutral, and this is helping me, as I do this at my own pace, helping me strengthen the rhomboids along the back of the spine, which help me stay nice and upright. Upright posture is going to help me with the amount of pressure I put on my neck. If I'm able to stay nice and upright, that is very helpful. Then I'm going to give myself a hug. Right, you had it, Lois. Beautiful. Big hug, tuck the chin, breathe into that upper back. Maybe you want to sigh it out the mouth. All right, we're going to do another set of cactus squeezes. So I'm squeezing the shoulder blades together and releasing to neutral. Squeezing the shoulder blades, those arms coming back a little bit, releasing to neutral. You could do maybe 3 more of these. So I'm turning on these upper back muscles, right, that I need to help me stay lifted. All right, coming back to neutral, I'm going to let my arms relax down at my sides. Lift those shoulders up, back, and down. And then we'll go ahead and bend the elbows, palms facing up. Maybe you want to make a fist if possible. And I'm going to be doing some bicep curls. So one on one side, and then that arm can lengthen down at the side. One on the other side, lengthening. So bicep squeeze. Squeezing that bicep muscle. My mind is at that muscle. And we'll do another standing version of this in a little bit. And if you wanted to add hand weights, you could do that, or arm weights. So bicep squeeze, I just want to contract the muscle, and that could be a great place to start, and you might progress from there with weights. One more. Beautiful. Okay. And now I'm going to get a little bit of a wider stance here with my lower legs. And I'm going to cross the body with one arm and then the other. So I'm getting a little twist. I'm kind of punching the air, crossing across the body, punching the air. And you can feel the torso twisting a little bit as you do this. So I bring that left arm over to the left, right arm over to the right. You've got it. Punch and retract, punch and retract. Good. Definitely would not want to get on Anne's bad side here. She's got a mean left and right hook. All right, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to pretend that I have one of those little punching bags that I can punch, 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 punch as I roll around in a circle. So I'll come a little closer so you can see what that looks like. Punch, 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 punch. All right, can I keep up with Jim? I don't know, I think he's off camera, I can't see him. And I'm going to come the other direction. Punch, 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 punch. Are you breathing? Are your feet on the earth? Maybe you want to bring the hands a little lower if this feels like too much in the shoulders. Okay, release down. Rinse the shoulders up, back, and down again. And then we'll take a little march in place. So I'm going to be lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, very good. Coming away from the back of the chair if you're seated. That's awesome, Janice. So we're going at whatever pace feels good, opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm swinging my arms, lifting my legs up as high as feels good to me. Oh yeah, there he is. Energizer Bunny. That's my new nickname for you, Jim. So lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, and really stabilizing through your core. This is, this whole body movements are like my favorite thing. So whole body movements really help me lubricate the joints as well as strengthen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release down. We're going to check in with energy. Okay, so maybe you want to take a breath with me. Notice energy levels here. Notice how you feel. Maybe you want to take a sip of water, whatever is available. Maybe you want to take a sip of air as if it were nectar. All right, and then I'm going to come back to that little bit of a wider stance, and I'm going to reach the right arm up and over. So I'm stretching through that right side body and coming back to center, opposite side. Lift, left arm lift. And if this feels like not possible for whatever reason, you could either rest your hand on your hip or you could rest your hand or your wrist on your shoulders, right? So you're still getting that side bend. You got it, Joan. Beautiful. One more on each side. All right, and then I'm coming back to neutral. I'm sitting back in my chair. I'm going to zip up my legs and lift both legs straight out in front. Lifting both legs straight out in front. So if you're standing, you might want to sit for this. And this is a core exercise, and it also helps kind of fire up my quad muscles. I'm going to bring my arms straight out in front. So I'm squeezing those legs. I'm contracting the quad muscle, and then I'm relaxing everything down. I might come a little bit farther away from the edge of my chair. So I'm going to be working a little bit harder here. Both legs lift, both arms lift. Maybe the feet are together. Maybe the knees are together. And I can sort of pull up the core, lift the heart, big breath in. Exhale, release down. So you could stay there, Or you might come forward even a little bit more, but be careful. Make sure you're not going to take a spill out of the chair. So I'm lifting both legs and just deciding where I want to be in the chair. Both arms. Zip up those legs like a mermaid's tail. Big breath in. And release it down. Excellent job, guys. So now I'm coming to the very, very edge of my chair, and I'm going to do a few sit to stands. So these are the exercise that's going to help me grow the muscles I need to stand up easily. Maybe you already stand up easily. Great. Great to get into good habits here. So I'm going to practice leaning my heart forward. Gaze is where I want to go. And I'm just going to come up a little and come right back down. Come up a little and come right back down. Maybe I want to use my arms. All right. Come up a little bit more. Come right back down. Nice and safe. You got it. And then this time I'm going to come to stand if that's my choice for today. I can always stay seated if I would prefer. So I'm going to come to stand in a way where I have access to my chair for support. Good idea. I'm going to take a little sip of water. All right. I love peering into your living rooms and seeing what you have going on there. And so nice to practice as a group. Okay, so I'm going to start with a little march in place. So opposite arm, opposite leg, and I'm going only as quickly as feels good to me. You might be going faster than I am. You might be lifting your leg higher than I am, right? So you do you, and I want you to find a place to gaze that is not the monitor, just for a moment, finding a way to rest your gaze on something far away. And as we're here marching in place, I want you to take note of your peripheral vision, everything that you can see in your field of vision that is to the sides and to the top and to the bottom. So you can kind of see maybe your arms swinging, you might even be able to see your legs to some degree, but just noticing this huge field of vision that you have. So important for our sense of balance and proprioception. All right, I'm going to stop for a moment, and then I'm going to come up, if possible, come up onto my tiptoes. And as I release down, I'm going to sink into my knees. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm going to come up and maybe lift up onto my tiptoes, and then I'm going to sink down into a little mini squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down, right? If you want to involve the arms, if that feels safe for you, you could come up, float one or both arms up, sink down, chair, squat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat. Good. Breathing in, rising up. Exhale, squat. So I'm feel like I'm a bird, maybe going to take off. Right, so maybe it's just a squat and a little float up. Maybe there's a tiptoe lift. Doing what feels possible for me. I'm engaging with my field of vision here. And I'm going to take 2 more of these whole body movements. I love them. All right, and then we're coming to a little bit of a wider stance. Maybe my hands rest at my sides or on my hips, and I'm going to take some circles of my hips, moving those hips in a circle, as if I had an imaginary hula hoop. Yeah, if I had a hula hoop, my arms would be out to the sides, right, Beth? I would be swinging that hula hoop. So you could bring the arms out to the sides, or you could bring the arms behind the back. And that might help sort of open the chest a little bit. And then I'm coming into the opposite direction. And then we'll come back and get into like a little bit of a squat here. So my legs are really engaged, my glutes are really engaged, and I'm ready to fight again. I'm getting ready to fight. So I'm going to punch to the left, punch to the right. Punch to the left, punch to the right. A little bit of a wider stance, right? So the bottom half of my body is really engaged. And I'm punching away those fires in LA. Get out of here. We don't want you. Go away. Right? Maybe I want to get rid of some stress. Or release some anger onto some blood test results. Right? All right. Maybe you want to take 1 or 2 more of these. You got it. It's beautiful, Sharon. And then I'm coming back up, straightening my legs. Take a break, take a breather if you need it. And I'll work on my side bends in a standing posture. So I've got my right arm reaching up and over. The left arm is loose and relaxed. You've got it, Dave. Left arm coming up and over. Right arm is relaxed. Excellent, Ruth. We're going to do a couple more on each side. So right arm lift, left arm loose, left arm lift, right arm relax. And you could stop or you could do 1 more, whatever feels good. Excellent, Edith. Okay. And now I'm going to come back to a normal stance that feels the most stable for me. And I could either hold onto the chair for this or not. So I'm going to do what I call some tuning forks. So let's do a total of maybe 10. So that's 10 on each side. So I'm going to sweep both arms up and lift one leg, doesn't matter which. Both arms lift, other leg lift. Maybe you want to hold on for this, and that would be perfectly fine. I'm breathing in and out. My gaze is somewhere farther away. I'm using my field of vision to stay balanced. A little bit over halfway there. Right? If you are somebody with high blood pressure, maybe you just lift the legs and not the arms. You've got it. 1 more on each side. Excellent, Marty. All right, and then I'm bringing my arms out to the sides, gonna give myself another hug. Maybe it's opposite arm on top from what you did last time in that hug. I'm tucking my chin, big breath into the back of my body, noticing my energy levels. All right, I'm turning to face my chair. And I'm going to step 1 foot forward, let's say the right foot. I'll bring my left foot back at a little bit of an angle. Now, if you're feeling unsure about this, you might have a nice short stance. I'm going to walk my right foot to the right so I have a nice wide stance. And then I'll bend and straighten the right knee a few times. So I'm getting perhaps a stretch in the left leg. My torso is nice and upright. If you want, you can bring the hands behind the back and do this, right? Or you could keep the hands or wrists resting on the chair. Whatever feels good. So just want to get a little stretch to that front of that leg. And now let's go ahead and shorten the stance. I'm going to take a slow bow forward and rest my forearms on the back of my chair, or whatever feels good. Maybe you want to rest the upper arm or whatever hits. I'm getting a stretch for the back of the right leg. I'm taking my breaths. What am I doing with my chin? I'm tucking it, right? I have to constantly remind myself to take care of my neck. Tuck that chin. And now I'm going to come up and rest, get some support from my chair here, And bringing my weight into my right foot, I'm going to see how it would feel to just kick up that left leg, bring it right back down. Kick up that left leg, bring it right back down. Kicking up that left leg. Maybe you want to try just holding it there. Doesn't matter how high. Pulling my belly up towards my spine, tucking my chin. Big breath in and release. Awesome, guys. Really nice job. Now let's take the left foot forward and the right foot back at a little bit of an angle. I'm bending and straightening into the left knee with a nice wide stance. Bending and straightening so I get a nice stretch for the front of the right hip. Torso upright. Chin is tucked. Beautiful. And then I'll go ahead and shorten my stance and take a little fold forward. Feels so good. Maybe those forearms can rest on the chair for a moment. And we're pulling the belly towards the spine, tucking the chin. So important as we're doing lots of movement is every once in a while we do a little counter pose that helps to stretch and rest. When I'm ready, I'll come up and place my support on my chair, weight into that left foot, picking up the right leg, kicking it back. Maybe it's just a little lift, right? So I'm not going to push through pain or discomfort here. You've got it. That's beautiful, Lois. Lifting, holding maybe. Doing whatever feels best for you. Big breath in. Got it, Betty Ann. Excellent. And we're releasing. And I'm going to take a stretch now where I walk both feet back. Arms stay on my chair, and I'm getting a stretch to the backs of both legs. Nice, and lengthening the spine. And then we're coming back up nice and slow. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Take a little sip of water. We're going to practice standing on one leg. And then we're going to sit down and wind down. Okay, so coming to stand with your support nearby. A little bendy bounce to both knees. I'm taking my weight over into my right foot, picking up the left leg, hugging it in. Zipping up my core. My gaze is far away. I'm taking in this field of vision all around me, especially the floor, but I'm not moving my gaze down. And then I'm working towards maybe taking both hands off to the sides, just for a millisecond. Seeing how that feels, not going to force it if it doesn't feel good. And finding my edge, right? Maybe I'm just doing this in my mind's eye, right? Envisioning it in my mind's eye. Mind is very powerful. Okay, and then we're going to release it and walk it out, opposite arm, opposite leg. Do a little march in place. Awesome, and then we'll switch sides. Little bendy bounce. Weight in the left foot, pick up the right leg, hug it in. Zip up the core. Find your gaze. Find your field of vision. And then fly, my friends. Find your edge. Right? We purposefully seek out that edge, that wobbly point, because that's where we grow. That's where we improve. Got it, Jim. Beautiful. And then I can release out of there. And one more time, we'll just do a little walk in place. Opposite arm, opposite leg, strolling down the avenue with you. Keeping it going. Keeping that breath moving. And when you're ready, you can come to sit, and I will offer you a challenge to come to sit as slowly as you can. So we're getting a little bit of an exercise out of this. My hips are back, my knees are bent. I'm coming down nice and slow, making sure the chair is there. You've got it, Anne, that's beautiful. And then when I'm ready, I'm sitting. Okay, last one to sit wins. And that is you, Dave, my friend. Excellent work. So I'll take my right ankle over my left knee if that is available to me. I might have to manually kind of bring my leg up there, right? And if this is not something that feels good to me today, I will skip it. I'm looking for a stretch to the outside of my right leg. So I might already be feeling that. If I'm not, I could shorten the distance between my torso and my leg just by leaning forward a little bit. Again, tucking my chin. Yes, very good, Beth. Relaxing my shoulders, finding my breath, breathing with all of my friends out there in California who are experiencing hardship, who are experiencing insane levels of stress right now. So we always have the breath. The breath is our friend with us at all times. Come up to sit. Cross the knee all the way over. So that right knee is nestling on top of the left. And I'm going to take a twist to the right. Squeeze those abdominal muscles. Use those back muscles to support your twist. Let the shoulders soften. You can really feel the work here. We're putting a little pressure on the internal organs. And then when we release and come back to center, all of that blood flowing, fresh blood flowing out of the vital organs. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Finding my stretch on this side. Maybe I am already there. Maybe I want to lean forward. Doing what you can. Tucking my chin, relaxing my shoulders. Let's take a couple breaths here together. You got it, Sandy. And then I'll sit up and cross the knee over. Take that twist to the left. Right, using the muscles in the torso. Not so much worried about what my head and my neck are doing. That's right. So my neck might be the last thing that twists and looks over that left shoulder. Relaxing my shoulders. You got it, Susan. And we're coming back, nice and slow, taking one more big stretch, stretching everything, giving myself another hug, a little pat on the back. Great job. Way to go, showing up for this class today. And then I'm going to take my arms down, let the arms rest, and I'll go back into my mindful moment here. So I want to close my eyes, rest in my seat, however feels good. And I'm just investigating, what is my energy level like? How do I feel energetically, my vitality? Can I sense that vitality moving through me? Maybe I feel a little more open. Maybe a little more relaxed in certain joints. Maybe you can imagine breathing in and the energy flowing up from the earth to the crown of your head, Breathing out, the energy flowing back down. And we're getting the energy flowing, inhaling, lifting, exhaling, grounding. Feeling that energy moving through the body. And maybe there is a number you want to ascribe to your current energy level. You can share it, you could keep it to yourself. 1 to 10. What is my energy level now after our class? Maybe you want to share that with me by holding up your hands or typing it into the chat. And that's beautiful, friends. Thank you so much for your practice today. I am really pleased to see so many of us taking part in these wellness classes. And it's best when we do it together, right? We don't heal in a vacuum when we come together as a group. We just get this extra special something. So thank you to those who joined live, and thank you to those who are watching the recording. We still feel you, and you're still part of the therapeutic benefit of practicing as a group. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your beautiful practice today.